Hey guys, what is going on? My name's Tyler McNabb, and this is my YFZ 450R, and that's my dad's TRX 450R. So, we are out here at round, I believe it's round 7 of the IXCR series, Battle Under the Bridge in Staunton, Indiana, which is basically Brazil, Indiana, which if you guys didn't know, is my hometown. So, super excited for this race because not only is it in my hometown, so I'm only 15 minutes down the road from my house, but also this is hands down my favorite track ever. I'm not talking about this series, I'm not talking about any other series, I'm talking about ever. This is my favorite track, and so I am super pumped. And the reason I really like this track is, one reason, it's really tight and technical, a lot of that kind of stuff, so I really like that kind of riding, as well as there is a super sweet motocross track on the property, and it's a lot of fun. So as you can see over there, we got a nice tabletop. There's a little kind of hump right here, but then way over that way, you guys will probably see in the drone footage, there's some super sweet step ups and some other tabletops and stuff. But yeah, this track is one of the funnest I've ever ran, and so I'm super pumped to run it again. So yeah, out here pretty early. We got the Viking and his family over here next to us. We got Zach and Byron pretty over next to him. Those guys are down from Kentucky, or up here from Kentucky, and so yeah, they're a good bunch of guys as well. Gonna do some racing with them, and then yeah, should be a pretty good time. We're located right on the track, which is pretty sweet. We got the start, which is, I don't think you guys will be able to see it, but it's kind of up over those trees up on the hill. We got registration and vendor row right up here, and then we got this sweet tabletop right next to us, which is pretty awesome. But yeah, super pumped for this race, and yeah, I've probably said that about 30 times at this point. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go out. Probably this track doesn't have any like big pro hills or anything, so probably won't see anything like that, but I am gonna go out, walk a little bit, show a little bit of the MX track maybe, and I plan to get some sick drone footage as well. I probably did at the beginning of the video, but then I kind of want to do a little bit of the quads during the race. I'm not sure if I'll actually get to do that or not, but we shall see. So anyway, I will catch back up with you guys in a little bit, but right now, let's get into the video. Well guys, if you questioned why the name of this place was Battle Under the Bridge, it's because of this. As you can see, I'm standing on a bridge right now, and if you look down here, you can see the track goes underneath it because it's a bridge. So super cool kind of piece of architecture, I guess you could call it, that the owners built out here when they originally built this place. So it's pretty cool. Originally it was built for spectating when they kind of had the motocross track all prepped and stuff, and you could stand up here and you could see like almost the whole track and stuff, so it was really cool. But yeah, unfortunately they don't do any motocross races or do any riding out here anymore. Actually, the property is for sale. It was for sale last year for like $2.7 million, but they took it down off the 2.7 million. They actually split up the different pieces of property, so they're still for sale. So if somebody wants to buy this piece of property, I actually added it up. Now, if you just wanted to buy the motocross part, the motocross section of it, it's like 60 some acres, and it's like a little over $500,000. So if somebody who really likes motocross is wanting to preserve this place and open up a motocross track, trust me, I would if I had the money. Unfortunately, I do not, but I would buy this place. But yeah, somebody who actually enjoys motocross and lets quads ride on motocross tracks, especially because there's not a lot of those places around anymore, somebody come by this place and keep it alive, because it is a super awesome piece of property that unfortunately, I'm guessing this may be the last year we race at it, so hopefully not, but that may be the case. So anyway, that's why it's called Battle Under the Bridge, and somebody come by this place. So here we have one of the many step-ups at this place. As you can see, a good little step up. The camera usually doesn't do these things justice, but this is actually a pretty steep little step up. But the cool thing about this place is all the jumps are pretty tame. So while that is kind of a steep lip, you know, it's pretty flat up here. So if you don't, you know, hit it fully, you know, you're just going to land somewhere right in here. But, and then it's got a super smooth down. So if you do really just, you know, send it, you can land on the nice downhill. So first step up is that one. Here we have our second step up, and this is the biggest step up on the property, and people were absolutely sending this one last year. It was pretty sweet. So we come off, that was the step up right over there that we just came off of. You come down, you turn, head right up this way. It's kind of rutted right now, but it'll smooth out tomorrow, especially if you stay to this left side. But yeah, people were absolutely sending this last year, and if you hit it pretty good, once again, the landing is really tame. You've got kind of a little bit of an upslope right here to right up to this kind of flat part to a slight downslope, so you can absolutely just hammer on it and send this no matter how easy or hard. I mean, you're going to be absolutely flying. I know some of the top guys last year, unfortunately I didn't get to stay and watch the PM guys last year, but I know the top guys in the AM, some of them were landing like way out here, which is absolutely insane. So pretty sweet. But yeah, there's plenty of room to absolutely send her to the moon. So hopefully, last year I hit it decent, but I was also on my dad's 450, the Honda, and it didn't have the best suspension. Now that I've got good suspension and I'm a little bit more comfortable jumping on this Yamaha, it jumps a lot smoother than either my 400 or my dad's 450. So hopefully I'll be doing a little bit of sending myself. Probably not like some of you guys. Some of you guys are pretty good at sending it, but I'm still relatively mild-mannered. There's a reason that I stick to XC. But anyway, that's the next step up. Next we have kind of a little bit of a step down, a little bit of a puddle right here right now, but that'll probably be gone after Youth and Pee Wee and all them run through. But we hit that big step up right there, do a 180, come through here, and then this is not even really a step down. It's just kind of a little bit of a hump coming downhill. I know the guys who were really flying, they were hitting it and landing like halfway down the hill just from like just from speed alone, carrying their momentum. I know I got a little bit of air off of it last time, but yeah, you can absolutely once again send it pretty good. So next I'll walk over to one of the last tabletops that we'll probably hit. Okay guys, here's the last step up that I believe we're gonna hit, because we didn't run the far part of the motocross track last time. I'm not sure if we do today or this time, but I doubt we do. But yeah, here's the last step up. Another pretty decently steep, oh gosh, little up, but then once again, as you can see, pretty mild-mannered for the landing. There's the lead up. Yeah, cameras do not do this stuff justice in terms of steepness and height and all that, but really pretty darn good. So after that, we take off up into the woods, and from there, I know we'll come back out and run right down through there eventually. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be, it looks like so far, at least out here, the track is just about the same so far. And then there was an enduro cross section way over there. I'm not sure if we're going to run that this year or not either, but I may go check that out. But anyway, yeah, at this point I've shown you a lot, and I've probably talked for almost 10 minutes, it seems like, just even at the beginning of this race vlog. So this may end up being a pretty long one. So yeah, I will catch up with you guys in a little bit. Good morning guys. So it is officially Saturday morning, bright and early. As you can see, we got the sun coming up over there. Absolutely beautiful morning. I think it got down, it was either just in the high 50s or really low 60s last night, so it's nice and cool this morning, probably mid 60s or so. And yeah, it's feeling pretty good. So looking forward to the day. We got, I don't remember if I mentioned it in the beginning of the video, but we got about 30 minutes of rain Thursday night, of good heavy rain, and I think it's going to make for almost perfect track conditions. So the dirt is looking pretty prime. The motocross track is looking like a lot of fun, and yeah, it should be a pretty good time. So I'm gonna try to go and get some highlights this morning. The bad thing, the difference between like IXCR and Extreme is they actually do an AM and a PM race, versus Extreme runs AM and PM separate, but we're running at the same time, if that makes sense. The time between races is a lot finer. There's not much, there's like half hour between each race, whereas Extreme there's usually an hour or so. So I'm gonna try to go out and get some highlights. Not promising a ton though, because I also have stuff I gotta get ready and stuff. So AM and PM highlights though should be pretty good, because hopefully my dad will get AM highlights, and then after I'm done I'll go out and I'll get some good PM highlights. So anyway, with that, yeah, I'll catch up with you guys probably before I head up to the start line. So I'll see you then. Okay guys, well, we are all suited up, fly racing, mesh gear. We are ready to go. It's gotten a little bit humid out today. It's still in like it's either the high 70s or low 80s, but it's gotten pretty humid, so good call on the mesh gear. I love this mesh gear. It feels so good when you're riding, got the air going through. Oh, it's awesome. But got the quad up, parked on the start line, because it's probably gonna be a big row. So normally I have a decent sized row at Extreme, but that's because there's 3 classes in that row. This is gonna be just one single class, junior C 24 plus, and so it's probably, I don't know, if I had to guess, it's probably gonna be 10 or more riders at least. Yeah, the youth is racing right now, so they're finishing up. I'm getting ready to head up to the start line, and after that, yeah, get some good, my dad's gonna get out, get some good AM highlights, and then yeah, from there hopefully we got a good race today. So I will see you guys up on the start line. Okay guys, here we go. Row 5 will be next, and we are set to go in 10 seconds. The call's been given, the green flag is Okay guys, well, we made it back home from round 7 of IXCR Battle Under the Bridge, and man, was it a good one. I've told you guys up and down that I love this track, and that still stands. I absolutely loved that track, and it showed today. So, quick race report. Got up to the start line, got my start spot, and bike fired right up with that BNR Motorsports anti-gravity battery 24-volt kit, Vortex tuned by BNR. Fired right up, got me going. The grass was a little slick, so I didn't get going just immediately, but those ground buster 3s dug through that grass, hooked up to the dirt, and pulled me up to the first corner. So went into the first corner in second. Austin Finney just barely edged me out going into the first corner, so I kind of backed off a little bit, and then I kind of went wide on the going into the second corner, and a guy got me on the inside. So I was going third basically into the woods, I guess you could say, or onto the motocross track. Got onto the motocross track, got a little squirrely on one of the first step ups, but so that kind of threw me off just a little bit, but then got going. Wasn't too bad. Got into the first lap, and the first lap really wasn't too bad. There weren't really that many bottlenecks, not like there was last year. Last year there was a lot of bottlenecks. At least I didn't see them. I heard a lot of people talking about bottlenecks, but I must have been right in that. The bottlenecks must have happened right after me on the first lap, and then cleared up before I got there on the second lap. So didn't really have to deal with too many bottlenecks. Had a couple little hiccups, I think, on the first lap, if I remember right, where I maybe had to get off the quad at one point and turn it around or something. I don't remember exactly, but not too bad of a first lap. Was going pretty good. Hit the motocross track again, got a little bit more comfortable on it, hit the jumps just a little bit harder, and then came through the first lap in third, I believe is what I was in, and then come around, run the second lap. I think I did 5 laps is what it was, 5 laps total. So came around on lap 2, at the end of lap 2, and I had to do a double take because I looked over and I thought it said either first or 7th. It was either a 1 or a 7, I couldn't tell. So I do a double take and I look over and it said I was in first, and then also I noticed that the time behind part, it said just 000, so I was like, oh yeah, I am in first, which kind of threw me off. I was like, holy cow, I didn't realize I got into the lead. I knew I had passed at least one person, but I didn't know I had passed the leader. And so yeah, I kind of kicked it in gear, and I was like, man, I didn't realize I was in first. Tried to pick it up just a little bit. Third lap was solid. Fourth lap, I was starting to really feel it. I was really starting to slow down, and I thought, honestly, that the leaders were going to catch me. And honestly, if I'm being honest, that I was hoping the leaders were going to catch me, because I was tired towards the end of the fourth lap. And so yeah, but I came through the finish, white flag was out, and so I was like, well, I guess we're doing another one. So went out for the 5th lap, and at that point, I didn't know how far, I was still in first, but I didn't know how far the person was behind me or anything. Turns out they were about 4 minutes behind me, and they got caught by the leaders. So I was the only one in my class to do 5 laps, and so with that, we got a first place finish from IXCR. Round 7, Battle Under the Bridge. First out of 9 in class, and 44th out of 177 quads overall, which is insane. Like, the amount of quads that ended up being there, it was really cool. So I was super pumped to come across the line and be in freaking first place is absolutely crazy. So super pumped with that. Yeah, especially because I was just going out there because I enjoyed the track, and I was just going out there to have some fun. So I wasn't expecting any great results today. I was going out there to have some fun, and what do you know, we pulled out a first place. So super pumped with that. This Ristler's Extreme ATV backed Yamaha YFZ 450R is absolutely ripping. So go through my sponsors real quick, because really, in reality, none of this would be possible without them. like I said, Rissler's Extreme ATV, my main sponsor. Big thanks to them. BNR Motorsports, all kinds of stuff on this, from the shocks to the Vortex to the bat 24 volt kit to all sorts of stuff on this quad. Hauser Racing, coupled with those front shocks, absolutely keeping me dialed through the bumps. You got Wrath Racing keeping me protected, Nerf bars and bumper, Sycra handguards, Pro Graphics, got this thing looking absolutely sick. Adams suspension, got that rear shock dialed in. Fast Company flex bars, keeping the arm pump away as best they can. 9.2 goggles, keeping my vision clear. A+ Printing for printing me some awesome shirts. Local printing shop here in Brazil, Indiana. 4Works carbon fiber got me, well, I had a, not only do they have the sick seat cover keeping me planted, but I had a taillight delete, but that fell off in the last round, so still got to get that back on there. 38 Motorsports for all the deletes and plugs on the motor, as well as some other little stuff. Walton Fishing Baits for jumping on board this year, being a sponsor, just helping out the program a little bit. And then GBC Tires, I think that is my last one. GBC Tires hooking up, absolutely amazing, and giving me all sorts of traction today. I think, yeah, I think I covered them all, so we should be pretty good there. But yeah, this YFZ is pretty much absolutely dialed, and I love this. I love this machine. She is a ripper. So big thanks to all you guys for coming and watching the video. I really do appreciate it. I met a lot of new people at the IXCR this weekend, because, you know, I don't normally run the IXCRs. And a lot of those guys don't run like Extreme or Midwest or anything like that either, so it was really good to see a lot of new faces, talk to a lot of new people, and yeah, if I met you, good to meet you, and if I just saw you and I knew you before, it was good seeing you guys. So big thanks for coming and watching the video. I'm going to keep from rambling on too long, and yeah, I really do appreciate you guys coming and watching these videos, because without you, there'd be no reason to make them. So once again, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.